The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. Good morning, everybody. It is time for the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton. Hanging out with you here on this Monday morning, hoping that everyone is having themselves a fantastic day so far. My dog was barking this whole time, and I was worried, but he got quiet right now. So that's what matters the most to me right now. At least I'm going to pretend like it matters the most to me right now. I was terrified. I thought he was going to keep barking the entire time. Not Doobie Strilla saying, good morning, Tip. Good morning, Strilla. Hope that you're having yourself a fantastic day. Your Detroit Pistons handling business. Currently up 2-1. They play later on today at 6 o'clock on NBC Peacock. Did you tune in yesterday and watch the San Antonio Spurs game? Y'all know I did. Had our day baseball game, our last Sunday day baseball game until August 2nd. I could finally get back to some sort of a halfway decent sleep schedule. One more Wednesday home game until August as well. Oh, man. The turnaround on those late night games going into the day games is a killer for me, man, especially Saturday night. Like, we do fireworks, got to go down on the field, clean up fireworks, close the entire stadium, do all that stuff. Turn around early morning Sunday, get cameras and everything set up. Strill saying that he did see the Spurs game. The Crooked Commish tuning in saying top of the morning money, Mike. What's good, Commish? Hope that you're having yourself a great day. Let's do this. Let's put the link in the comment section. So if y'all want to join, you can click the link in the comment section and join. The Crooked Commish saying, I am intrigued to see what the Bulls do with the 4th overall pick. This seems like a really, and y'all know me, like I love basketball, but this seems like a very just meh draft, right? Like there's not a huge star like a Cooper Flag or anything like that out there that you're really looking forward to. But that, I mean, obviously that doesn't mean that it's going to be just a, that all the players in the draft are going to be terrible. Get out of here. What are you doing, dog? My dog's over there digging on something. Maybe there's a dead body. Maybe that's where the ghost is. Right? The ghost is telling the dog where to dig. So now that way we can give it a proper burial. Look, it's carpet. You're not going to get through carpet and cement, dog. But I'll have to look into what's going on with the NBA draft and stuff like that. I did see that the Wizards got the number 1 overall pick. It's the Wizards. They're going to find some way to screw it up. No matter who they draft. No matter who they draft. The Wizards are going to find a way to screw it up. Strillo, they say that all the time. Every draft is the deepest draft. We're even in the NFL, right? They're like, oh my God, yeah, let's go this way. It's always a ton of people in the draft. The commissioner saying maybe Hoffa is under there. Maybe. I guess for me, with the basketball that I watched, college basketball that I watched, and admittedly, I don't watch a ton of it. I don't think there was anybody that I saw that really stood out. Hayes saying, "A talking nice good, thank you." I hope that was a compliment on my voice. You know what? Let's do it. Let's look at NBA draft prospects for 2026. All I know is my team not being in the draft lottery makes me feel great. The 2026 NBA mock draft projecting all 60 post-lottery picks. They say the Wizards are going to get a small forward out of BYU. The Jazz, Darren Peterson out of Kansas. I feel like the Jazz and the Wizards are going to find a way. To ruin these players. Right now, ESPN has Caleb Wilson for North Carolina. I did watch Caleb Wilson play a bit. People who don't know maybe know that I am a you were thinking about the NFL draft right there, Commish. I was like, wow, Caleb Downs, he went to Dallas, baby. But yes, you got Caleb right. Caleb Wilson out of UNC. They got him projected to go to the Bulls, which, I mean, I can right? I guess for me, I look at these teams that are drafting at the top, and I just don't think they're good, right? And that's the thing that kind of separates other teams from being competitive, right? Is you can have teams like the Jazz who have been drafting top 5 over the last 5 or 6 years, right? They've had lottery picks for a while. They just haven't done anything with them. I would say out of the players that I want, looking at Caleb Wilson and Boozer, trying to remember Boozer's first name. Cameron Boozer? Yeah, Cameron Boozer. If Cameron Boozer is available there for Chicago, I think that would be awesome to have him at 4. That's just, again, the Bulls have so much going on that it's whoa. That it's hard for me to look at anybody, I guess, being drafted this early and say, okay, yeah, they're going to be good. Because even with the Spurs, it took them a couple of years with Wemby, right? And again, human cheat code, elbowing Naz Reid in the face. We'll talk about that in a little bit. As a matter of fact, I wanted to get that sent over here. I was working on something earlier today. Isn't it crazy how you want to get something done and then you get it done, but it doesn't get done the way that you want it to be done? If any of that made sense. Let's export that. There we go. Tommy tuning in saying, what's up, Tip? Strilla giving Tommy a little bit of love. What's up, Tommy? Hope that you're having yourself a great weekend. I know you must be feeling a little way. Feeling some sort of way. The Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Spurs yesterday. I wasn't happy with it. 114-109. The fact that San Antonio kept it that close without Wemby for the entire second half of the game. I can't be too mad at the Spurs. I had a feeling that it was going to, that's the youth and inexperience coming in. That's been my issue with this team the whole time. If Wemby doesn't get kicked out of that game for elbowing Naz Reid, for letting his emotions get the best of him, we're talking about a completely different game. We're talking about a completely different series. San Antonio more than likely goes up 3-1. They lost without Wemby by 5 points. But it is what it is, right? I can't argue with it. And Strilla says it right there. They couldn't hit the side of a barn in the fourth. That's exactly what the problem was. And the fact that, again, they kept it halfway close with a terrible shooting performance, with Minnesota saying, okay, we'll have everybody guard everybody, right? There's no one on your team. Like, De'Aaron Fox is good, but he's a little guy. It's hard for him to take over, and he's not the type of three-point shooter that Steph Curry is. Harrison Barnes, okay. Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, like you're looking at these guys and you're just expecting one of them to step up. They don't have that 7'5" anchor cheat code in the middle of the court to help them, get better shots. If Wembanyama doesn't get kicked out of that game, and again, huge if, caveats, all that good stuff. If Wemby doesn't get kicked out of that game, it's more than likely a completely different series. San Antonio goes up 3-1. And we're preparing the eulogy for the Timberwolves. Now you get a guaranteed game 6. It's going to be in Minnesota. You have game 5 in San Antonio. It's just, again, I would have loved to have seen San Antonio come out and absolutely destroy the Minnesota Timberwolves. But instead, Wembanyama does the elbow. It wasn't great. Not a good look for the Spurs. I'm downloading the thing that I created earlier so that way I can play it on the screen here for y'all. Getting it in right now. Wondering what's going on. Filibustering. Clicking things. Yeah, that is it. There we go.
Bryant off on the three. Wembanyama engulfs the rebound.
Oh, that's an elbow. That's an elbow by Victor.
And we got a tie-up with Daniels. There you go. There's the.
Obviously, this is from, I guess it was NBC on Peacock. But you look at that. The wind-up and the elbow right to the throat. The wind-up and the elbow right to the throat. And you can see Wemby's getting,
Who are at home. There's their reaction. The penalty 2 in a flagrant foul is unnecessary and excessive.
To review, there is wind-up, impact, and follow-through above the neck of an opponent. It is unnecessary and excessive in contact by Wembanyama. It meets all the criteria and has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 2. Wembanyama's been ejected.
What does that mean? He just said, I'm ejected. Read it.
I'm glad he took matters into his own hands. Again, not in terms of hitting Naz Reid, but I want to be very clear about that. I'm glad Naz Reid was okay, and I didn't want him to elbow him, but he's going to have to protect himself if they're not.
That right there is how Victor Wembanyama gets kicked out of a Spurs game. Uh-oh. Strill saying that my feed is grainy right now. Is it my internet? Let's see. Let's see how it looks. I am watching a video of me right now, and it doesn't seem very grainy at all. Maybe it's your internet, my guy. I don't know. Maybe it was because of the video that got played. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. But I look okay. Tommy saying, let's go Wolves, LOL, saying that we're much better now. And then Tommy saying, Wembanyama is a dirty-ass player. Suspend him a decade. just get rid of him. For the remainder of time, get rid of Victor Wembanyama, that dirty-ass player with that dirty-ass play. Oh, man, it makes me so damn upset. The commissioner saying, see, this is why we can't allow aliens in the great USA. USA. I feel that somebody's going to tune in at that specific point and then be like, what the hell is up with this show? Right? But Victor Wembanyama, again, the fact that he's getting, and yes, I get it, like he's getting mugged a lot of the time. Strill saying Tommy is a hating ass hater. Hell yeah, he is. Hate. Tommy the hating ass hater Carranza. But again, like the fact that Wembanyama is getting mugged, and if you weren't watching the game, again, here it is. Let's play it one more again. I'm going to have the audio muted, but you can see Wemby's being held, right? McDaniel's holding Wemby before Wemby throws the elbow. But you can see right here, Wembanyama looks back, makes eye contact with Naz Reid, and says, boy, get this. Just hits him right in the throat. The fact that didn't, like, concave his throat, like it didn't just, like, kill his esophagus, that he was able to play the game after that, is insane. Good for Naz Reid. Tommy saying, yes, hater-ass hater. Yeah, that's me. Only whenever it comes to the Spurs, though. Only whenever it comes to the Spurs. I do like this, though, where Wemby gets the flagrant two, and he, was like, what the hell does that mean? Blue Orca. There we go. I'm bad at reading. My bad. Blue Orca saying, Wolves fan here. I hope Wemby comes back for Game 5. Wemby should be back for Game 5. He should be back for Game 5. I don't see them suspending him an extra game, but the NBA can do that as well. Strill saying the reaction from number 2 on the Spurs, though. Oh, I got to see this. Let's see. Let's see what Dylan Harper does. I think I kind of saw it there. Let's look in the background. Yeah, you see the face. It's almost like he knew it was going to happen. But again, the way that they're grabbing Victor Wembanyama as Augustine joins in with the very, very elegant speech of fuck the Spurs. Strilla, you're right. The look on Dylan Harper's face, but he was making that face before Wemby threw the elbow. So I'm not 100% sure like what he saw. And again, whenever you're as big as Wembanyama is, whenever you're the guy, right, the perceived guy, you're going to have to deal with people grabbing on you. Like look at the way that Shaq was all the time, right? Like the people would just grab onto Shaq. They don't call fouls on you because you're bigger than everyone else. That's how it's going to have to be for Wemby. He cannot allow his emotions to get out of himself. Like he has to remain under control. And this is exactly what I was telling y'all about with this team being young. You give them a little bit of a gut check. How are they going to respond? The Minnesota Timberwolves and the 2 wins that they have against the Spurs in this series have been in their head. They've gotten the Spurs out of their game. And that's exactly what led to the win yesterday. Tommy Carranza saying, I agree with Augustine here. Augustine saying, no, that's a dirty little ass and an a-hole move. Quit making excuses for the guy. You clearly haven't been tuning in because I wasn't making excuses for the guy. I've been saying he's got to keep his emotions under control. You are the star player of that team. You are the number 1 guy on the San Antonio Spurs. You get kicked out of that game. Your team winds up losing by 5. It's very, very obvious to anybody. If Wemby stays in that game, because there was half the second quarter left. If Wemby stays in that game, we're talking about a completely different game. Again, huge caveat if Wemby stays in that game, we're talking about a completely different game. Minnesota is too good for you to give them any second chances or any advantages. And I know Augustine's going to be like, no, Minnesota's not good at all. Minnesota's a good team. They were in the Western Conference Final last year. You can't allow them to come back. If you're Victor Wembanyama, you have to keep your emotions under control. Yes, you're going to be grabbed. Yes, they're going to hit you in places and do all kinds of stuff like that to get you out of your mindset. It's up to you as the guy to not allow that to happen, for you not to get out of your zone, out of what you're trying to do. That's what I'm saying. They do it to Shaq. They do it to Jokic a lot. They do it to all the great players. Hell, they did it to Jordan, right? Whenever you're great, whenever you're amazing, you are going to have these teams do things like that to you to try to get you out of your comfort zone. Wembanyama's got to be smarter than that. Wembanyama cannot throw that damn elbow, and Wemby needs to be out there for his team at all times. Shrill saying nobody's making excuses for him, Augustine. What he did was inexcusable. 1,000%. Do it in the regular season, dude. Hold on to whatever they're doing to you this entire playoffs, and then use that fuel to help you out in the regular season. The next time you play them in the regular season, then you throw that elbow. Throw that damn elbow. Augustine clearly listening to what he wants to listen to. And then saying, I hope Minnesota wins. Again, I'm playing with house money. Strill saying the Spurs don't like you either, Augustine. I'm playing with house money. I did not expect the Spurs to get this far, right? I didn't expect them to be the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. I didn't expect them to win a playoff round entering this season. My expectations for the Spurs have stayed the same. And I have told you all time and time and time again, this is not a championship winning team at the moment. Maybe next year, after they take their lumps, we're watching in real time. The Spurs are the better team on paper. They have the biggest superstar out there. But then you look at, if we're looking at both teams combined, the top 5 stars, one of them is San Antonio with Victor Wembanyama. Then it all goes to Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, McDaniel's a hell of a defensive player, Rudy Gobert. And then maybe you start getting into at like number 6 of the best guys there, maybe Stephon Castle. But then you can also say Naz Reid, right? Like the Spurs have the best guy on the court. Minnesota has the better team on the court. And if Wembanyama's not in the game, you see what happens to San Antonio. Augustine saying, LOL, the reason I hate them is that they broke my bets. LOL. Oh, man, that's why you don't bet on the game, dude. I'm telling you, I refuse. I refuse to bet on my teams. I know you're not a Spurs fan, but I refuse to bet on my teams. It's why I don't ever put money on the Cowboys. I can sit there, and y'all seen it. I can get a lot of predictions right when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't put money on it because the second I put money on it, they're going to find some way to screw me. You know why? Because of the Dallas Cowboys, and they hate my existence. They don't even know I exist, but they hate me. It feels that way. Strill saying the better team doesn't always win all the time. That's why you play the game. And I agree with you. I agree with you. Again, if Wemby doesn't make a dumbass move, and call it what it is a dumbass move to throw that elbow, you only lost by 5. Do you mean to tell me that with Wembanyama out there, he wouldn't have altered a couple of shots, that he wouldn't have made a couple of buckets, that it swings this whole thing around? Augustine saying, yes, I'm picturing Jerry saying, hey, Tipton, place the bet. Let's go the other way. Oh, 1,000%. Ever since I said that I wanted to do a couple of bumps with Jerry Jones, the team has gone downhill. I just want to do ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers from now on. I don't even care about, hanging out with Jerry anymore. Strill saying, and San Antonio has won games without Wemby in Portland. Portland is not as good as Minnesota. In the regular season, yes, you can win games without Wembanyama. You can win a game without your superstar. Why make it harder on yourself and on your team? If this is a 3-1 series lead for San Antonio going back to San Antonio tomorrow, we're talking about it completely different. Instead, it's 2-2. You can see where this can go 7 games. I told y'all it wasn't going to be a sweep. Sometimes y'all got to listen to him. I couldn't have predicted it was going to go with Wemby elbowing somebody, but I told y'all it wasn't going to be a sweep. I told y'all it wasn't going to be a gentleman's sweep. Minnesota is too good of a team. Again, yes, Spurs have the guy, the number one superstar on the court. The next 5 players after that, whenever you compare rosters to each other, the next 5 best players are on Minnesota. Strill saying, well, hopeless one. San Antonio wins the next 2. I hope you're right. I genuinely hope you're right. If San Antonio goes to a Game 7, even though it's in San Antonio, it would be their first ever Game 7 with this core. You have one guy on the team, Harrison Barnes, that has any amount of playoff experience that's worth talking about. It's not Bismack Biyombo. I just love saying his name. It's not Kelly Olynyk. It's not Mason Plumlee. It's only Harrison Barnes going up against a team that got a ton of experience last year by making it to the Western Conference Finals, that has one of the best players in the NBA in Anthony Edwards. Yes, he might not be Father of the Year, but he's a great NBA player. That was a low blow. That's also his nickname, low blow. Oh, got his ass. Like I said, I don't like what I saw out of the Spurs yesterday, mostly because I didn't like what I saw out of Wembanyama yesterday. Augustine saying the thing is now Wemby is under a microscope with this move. Any questionable call is going to go against him. Exactly. Do not give the other team any type of advantage. You just can't do it. Let's look at it again. Let's rewind the tape. This right here. You can tell, like this replay right here. This replay right here, where you can see Wemby looks at him. You can see he's looking at him. He's being held. You can see on the arm he's being held. Yes. But he's looking right at Naz Reid and then just swings that thing through. That was a baseball-style swing through. That was a great follow-through. Look at Mike Conley's face right there like, oh, my God, my dude's about to die. That's exactly what Minnesota wanted. They wanted to get under Wembanyama's skin, get him out of the game, and the Spurs are a very one-dimensional team, especially in the playoffs. Augustine saying, does Anthony Edwards use the Bulber? I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. No, Augustine, it wasn't because of that. But, it was a lot that led up to it. You had to have watched the first half, the first quarter of the game. It was a lot of, hits in the back to Wemby whenever he's trying to go get a rebound. If you look at the game before, Rudy Gobert, Wembanyama's on defense. Gobert's grabbing Wemby's offhand and trying to hold it behind him while Wemby goes up for a block. Wemby blocks the shot on Anthony Edwards, Edwards then grabs Wembanyama's jersey at his back and at his waist and tries to pull him back while Wemby's trying to run down the court. It's just all those little things, right? They don't always get called. They don't always get caught. And over 4 games, I'm sure it just accumulated for Wemby. A real superstar does not let that get to them, right? Again, it happened with Shaq. It happens with Jokic. Augustine, you said it right there. The Jordan rules. Whatever you can do to get under your opponent's skin, to get them out of their game, you have to do. And it all culminated in the San Antonio Spurs handing the Minnesota Timberwolves a win. A lot of y'all thought that it was going to be a short series. I told you it was going to be a long series. So now we have gone beyond just the tip.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't too much, but just enough. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Guys, it's rocket science for where the sun don't shine. Make sure you're taking care of your boys. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. For that special person out there, Mother's Day was yesterday. First off, tell your mom I said hi. Secondly, you should have been nice and trimmed for that special lady in your life that you want to make a mother. www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout. Save on all your male grooming needs. Quit out smelling like a gross-ass SOB. Smell like me. Slang that big wood left and right. Be like the tip. Take care of yourself from your pits to your tip with www.myhappynuts.com. Shrill saying he's young, he'll learn from it. I am not worried about it. Also going on to say, that didn't sound right. Does it ever? I think that's the major question right there. Does it ever? Whenever I bring out the tip, does it ever sound right? I had to change a group chat because I got a new phone, right? Get a new phone. Some things get messed up every now and then. I got a new phone. I had to change a group chat because to me, or for them rather, it had me in there twice. I don't know why it had me in there twice. It just had me in there twice. So they were getting double the tip. And double the tip is not good for anybody, especially other people out there. Strill saying, say hi to your mom, though. LOL. Yeah, that's my thing from now on. That is my thing from now on. Every Mother's Day. Well, I guess the last couple of years. I can't say from now on. But that has been my thing over the last couple of Mother's Day. Because I saw a thing where they were making fun of Mark Wahlberg on Saturday Night Live. And the whole thing with Mark Wahlberg was like, he would say something to like a kid. There'd be a kid. And he'd be like, oh, giving him like life advice. No, you should always make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Also, say hi to your mom for me. Then goes over to another person and is like, oh, yeah, no, I'll have the pastrami on rye. Say hi to your mom for me. So that's what I do now, especially on Mother's Day. I just back to the regular voice, sounding as sexy as I possibly can. And I'll just look at the camera and I'll say hi to your mom for me. Augustine saying that he also needs a new phone. You need a lot of new things, Augustine. You need a lot of like a new body part. I still got to look at the commish. I haven't heard anything about our Blue Chew. We need to get sponsored by Blue Chew. It's the mom, right? Like, you kind of expect people to hit on your sister. It's the mom thing that I feel like is bad. Augustine saying, what's worse, say hi to your mom or say hi to your sister? It's got to be hi to your mom. Tommy saying the new face, that alliance between Tommy and Augustine lasted all of 5 minutes. Whenever Augustine was like, F the Spurs, Tommy was like, I agree. And the alliance quickly dissolved. Augustine saying, I've seen some sisters and no. Wow. Augustine out here just dissing sisters. It's got to be to say hi to your mom, though, right? Like that. It's got to be that. Is there a sister's day? Then you could be like, hey, say hi to your sister for me. The commission saying, unless you're from the South, they might be one of the same. I mean, if you're in the South, there is a possibility that you do have a mother sister or a sister mother. And then you can also have a sister wife. So I guess it all depends on, the context of what it is that you're looking for. I know a couple of people from Alabama. I got a memory the other day on TikTok. You know how TikTok will tell you, like, on this day and in the video and stuff like that? On this day was the day that I researched what an Alabama Hot Pocket is. And if you haven't done that, please do yourself that favor. You will thank me afterwards of what an Alabama Hot Pocket is. Similar along the lines of the Alaska pipeline. Not near as bad as a rusty trombone. I can't be the only one that knows these things. If I am, then it shows the level of immaturity that I'm at, similar to that of Victor Wembanyama just elbowing people right in the face, left and right. Y'all have no idea how much that annoyed me, how bad that bothered me. That on Mother's Day, after I said hi to your mom, that I went to go watch the San Antonio Spurs, only to have Victor Wembanyama get kicked out. It was not good for your boy. The commission saying Blue Chew is still not writing back. Hey, let's find, again, we spoke about it last week. Let's go find the gas station dick pills. If we got to do the gas station dick pills, I'll give them to Augustine first. Augustine will be my guinea pig. Hey, yo, because I said I'll give it to Augustine. Anyway, we'll give Augustine the gas station dick pills, and we'll see how they work. Y'all can be the guinea pigs. Augustine saying, let's get new sponsors. Tell me what contact you need. LOL. Augustine saying, hey, stop. Just stop. I think I finally made Augustine uncomfortable. If you're a listener of the show, I'm sending gas station dick pills to you. Male or female, you're getting gas station dick pills. I can't think of the movie. I know it's the one with John Cena where he's like, I got shit to make your dick hard, shit to make your dick soft, shit to make you think you got a dick. Augustine asking, has this turned into the Beastrilla show? Like, because he's talking about big, rock-hard men slapping meat against one another. There's nothing wrong with that. It's human nature. It's crazy how we went from the NFL or the NBA draft to me being upset about the San Antonio Spurs to gas station dick pills coming to a store near you. The Knicks knock out the 76ers. The 76ers were so overmatched. So overmatched in this series. They get swept. Yesterday it was 144 to 114. Woof. And the thing is that the Knicks aren't great. Right? Like they're not an overwhelming team. I think that the Cavs or the Pistons can knock off the Knicks. But it would be kind of cool to see a Knicks-Pistons Eastern Conference final, right? We know the Knicks are there. Now the Pistons got to do their job. The Pistons up 2-1. They play against Cleveland a little bit later on today. Tommy's saying it's not crazy anymore. It happens all the time, Tip. LOL. Yeah, it really does. As soon as I got off the airwaves with radio, and I was like, oh, I can just be me. I don't have to worry about saying things that might get people mad at me or might have other issues or things like that. I can just say what I want. It all just went downhill from there. What about Luka getting called out on X by I don't remember who? I didn't see that Luka got called out. Let me see here. There's no way that's true. Ric Flair called out Luka Doncic. Is this true? This can't be true. The criticism Ric Flair posted on X calling Luka Doncic a lame duck. Holy shit. That is so funny. Ric Flair, imagine you're an NBA superstar and you get called out by the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I'm trying to find the article. I guess I'm just going to have to look it up on my phone because for whatever reason, I don't have X logged in on my computer here at home. Probably says a lot about me. You know, the funny thing is I don't even have X, like the app, on my phone. All right, let's find Ric Flair. Five days ago, Ric Flair at Luka Doncic, please get in the game. Take a shot of cortisone and deal with the pain. They're paying you $50 million a year, and you're not there. WTF? I hope at Genie Bus trades you next year. Nobody wants a lame duck on their team. I'm reading another one here that says, there's only one word that I can possibly say, and that's disappointed. $46 million and you can't play. OMG, I would jump off the Empire State Building with a parachute for $46 million a year. And I don't even know how to pull the cord to open it, but I would take my chances. Ric Flair just out here roasting a soft-ass Luka. Soft Luka. Luka Softitch. Luka Softitch. Augustine saying like Ric Flair ever took a shot. We have to remember Ric Flair broke his back, and then came back and wrestled. Survived a plane crash and came back and wrestled. Luka Doncic has a strained hamstring. Wow, Luka. You have let down the Nature Boy. Woo! You let him down. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. Luka, you can't even beat a 75-year-old Ric Flair, who in his last wrestling match pretended to have a heart attack, and every single one of us thought he died in real time. So are the fans going to woo when Luka enters the court next year? Oh, I think 1,000%. But then again, well, maybe. Right, because what I was thinking right now is, does Luka Doncic even know who Ric Flair is? You know what I mean? Like he's an early 20s dude that grew up in Serbia. I know Ric Flair is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, one of the biggest names we have ever seen. But did Serbia get WCW? Did Serbia get WWE? You know what I mean? Like while they're fighting a civil war, are you sitting at home watching Backlash? Probably not. Augustine says he knows. Luka knows. Ric Flair is an icon. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe because, you know, this like Ric Flair drip, right? Maybe that's why Luka Doncic could know who Ric Flair is. One of my favorite THC vape juices is a Ric Flair drip. Got it whenever I was in Kansas City. That's been 2 years now. I can admit to that. I believe the statute of limitations has gone off. If not, strike it from the record. I don't do anything like that at all. I manage my pain the good old-fashioned way with the prescribed opioids that the VA gives me. Tommy saying, leave Luka alone. He would play if he was in Dallas, just saying. I saw him do it many times. I seen him do it. He does it for Dallas. Just leave him alone. Leave Luka alone. That was a bit dramatic. My apologies, Tommy. I know that's not how you said it. Augustine saying if he didn't know who Ric Flair was, he definitely knows now. Augustine saying leave Brittany alone. He got it. Thank you, Augustine. Thank you for getting the reference. I appreciate it. I love whenever I could do an obscure thing. Like, I can't even say it's obscure because that was huge, like in 2008. But it's damn near 20 years ago. So maybe it's obscure now. I love whenever I can do an obscure thing and people get it. I just also want, because Tommy has been hating on my Spurs, I had to come after him at some sort of way. Or maybe he was upset at me because I kept saying, say hi to your mom for me. Also, I don't care if Mother's Day was yesterday. Say hi to your mom for me today. Augustine saying the tip is obscure. No. There is only one word. One word and one word only. One word and one word only that describes the tip. And it's omnipresent. Even whenever the tip isn't there, it's there. You don't need to see the tip to believe in the tip. It is omnipresent at all times. I am going to get struck by lightning because that did sound a bit sacrilegious. I apologize to whatever deity is out there. I apologize 1,000 times. I'm just letting you know that sometimes people would worship at the altar of the tip. Augustine saying, I thought the word was Smurf. No, that's just yours. You need to get it checked out. I remember you sent me that picture. You're like, hey, does this look like a problem? I was like, why is it blue? Why is it so small? Yeah, you got to go get that checked out. It looks like the massive amount, the mane of pubic hair you have, like a lion's mane of pubic hair, is making it look like your little guy is getting strangled. Maybe use the Balber. Take care of yourself with www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code MyTipton at checkout. Make sure your little guy looks a little bit bigger, at least up to you. Hitting them with those angles and stuff to try to get the right lighting of everything. One, again, I don't know why yours is blue. I don't know why it's so small, but make sure you get it taken care of and looked at. Augustine saying Israel isn't happy with you. I'm good with that. Augustine saying it's like Trump on South Park, LMAO. Relax, guy. Oh, I love that. I haven't seen any of the stuff with South Park recently though. I never watched any of the episodes. I just would watch like the highlights on TikTok or whatever, but I never watched any of the actual full episodes on of South Park. But it does sound hilarious to me. I don't even know where the hell I'm at right now. You guys got to get me back on track. We're talking about Luka getting called out by Ric Flair. Does Luka Doncic know who Ric Flair is? Put it on the poll. All right, NFL news out there. David Njoku going to the LA Chargers seems like a big deal to me because he's finally got himself a halfway decent quarterback, right? Like, say what you will about Justin Herbert. He is better than any of the garbage outside of Baker Mayfield that has had to call Cleveland home. David Njoku is a super talented tight end, and I feel like that's going to be a security blanket that helps the Chargers out. This year, I can see the Chargers being the second team in the division, maybe the first. Let's see how it goes with Bo Nix. Bo Nix is supposed to be hopefully available by the time OTAs and all that stuff start. Or I guess like preseason stuff starts. I don't know. Like Kansas City needs to just accept who they are, third place. Even with no Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City just mailing it in this year, I think that the Raiders are still going to be the worst team in that division, which isn't saying much, but it's saying, you know, who the Raiders are as actual human beings and as a team. But I don't know. Like I sit back and I try to assess this move of David Njoku going to the Chargers. And it's only a 1-year deal. But that can be really big for the Chargers. Because, again, like, Njoku was a really good tight end in Cleveland with absolutely nobody back there worth throwing a ball to him. Now you've got Justin Herbert, who we can all say is a serviceable starting quarterback. I'm not going to say top 10, top 15, anything of that nature. Maybe I come up with a list. Brandon, the Iceman Cone, and I on Saturday were ranking NBA players the other day because he got mad at me, and the same way Augustine got mad at me about me wanting to put Jokic and Curry in my top 10. I'm taking a sarcastic picture to send to somebody because they're like, hey, what are you doing? I sent you an email. I'm doing a show. Dozens of people are watching this. Augustine saying he was an amazing tight end, but sometimes his hands let him down. The guy is an athlete. I agree with that. But now you're not playing in Cleveland. Now you've got something to play for. Now maybe, how much of that is, should I make this extraordinary effort? Or should I just be a guy? You know what I mean? Like, should I break myself for the Cleveland Browns? Or should I just be okay right now? Get through the season and maybe get another contract. I think that's more or less what is going through the mind of David Njoku. I think that's a smart move. Augustine saying, I'm going to get him on my fantasy team. I think that's a really smart move. I think this could be a career year for David Njoku going forward. In week 1, it already came out. I love the slow burn of this. In week 1, on Sunday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys will host the New York Football Giants. John Harbaugh and them boys. Yeah, John, not Jim, because Jim's in LA with the Chargers. John Harbaugh and them boys, the newly revamped New York Giants, taking on the Dallas Cowboys in a rivalry that lasts millennia. That's going to be a fun one. There's a part of me that loves seeing the NFL season open up with the rivalries, but to me, whenever you can get I'd much rather it be Philadelphia and Dallas as opposed to New York and Dallas. But you put that on Sunday Night Football, anything Dallas in a primetime spot is great. You can hate on the Cowboys all you want. There's a reason why they are America's team. It's because you can't keep them out of your fucking mouth. I had to go 52 minutes before I mentioned the Dallas Cowboys getting that W against the New York Football Giants. Tommy, you had the same mindset as I did. I saw that. Oh, the Cowboys versus the Giants, Sunday Night Football. And all I said was, win. Watch the Cowboys shit the bed. I was in, where was I? Shepherd Air Force Base in 2009, the very first game at Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium. And I was watching that game, and I saw the Cowboys lose to the New York Giants on opening game. Made me so mad. Tommy saying, let's go. Talking about the Dallas Cowboys getting that win over the New York Football Giants. It's going to be in New York, though. So Dallas starting the season on the road yet again. September 13th, Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football game of the 2026 season. When was the last time the Giants beat the Cowboys with Dak Prescott? I know Dak has a phenomenal record, right? Jesus, he's 14-3 against the New York Giants. Oh, wow. So we lost the last game against the Giants. Oh, that makes sense. Maybe I just blocked it out. I just blocked that out. But prior to that, Dak's rookie season, when he went 0 for 2 against the Giants, was the last time. The last time. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right here. So Dak went 0 for 2 in his rookie season against the Giants, won 14 straight, and then lost this year on January 4th to the Giants, which I guess was the last game of the year. So 14-3 against the Giants. Tommy's saying we don't lose to them anymore. Augustin saying watch the Cowboys lose. Yeah, Dak's rookie year. He goes 0 for 2. So, I mean, based off of the trend, right, Dak loses this first game against the New York Giants, then the Cowboys string off 14 wins against them. I'm with it. I think that'd be fun. I'm so excited for the NFL to be back. I know it's not back just yet, but it's getting there. We're getting there. We're almost there. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. And it does suck that goes on Dak's record because he started. I think he only played like the first quarter, right? Tommy's saying, yeah, Dak started the game and played a little bit, but then Bazooka Joe Milton took over. I do love Joe Milton's ability to just not give a shit and throw the ball, just YOLO that thing down the field as much as possible. Like, I'm a backup quarterback. People love a backup quarterback. Yeet. And that's all he does. As hard and as far as possible. The Joe Milton way of throwing the football. As hard and as far as possible. Oh, that 5-yard slant is wide open. 9,000 miles an hour. It says bullet pass, you throw a bullet pass. All right, y'all. Once again, I thank you so much for tuning into today's show. We will be back tomorrow. Hey, we got a show all week long. All week long. We've got shows. No day game this week. And in June, no day games at all anymore. Shout out to my friends over at the Under the Hood Network. Forgot to give them a little bit of love at the beginning of the show, but the Under the Hood Network, shout out to them. We are glad to be a part of everything that we are doing there. As we tank Jonathan Hood's stock, I don't know why he decided to take this show on. But thank you all so much for being a part of the show today. Go Spurs, go. I hope your favorite team loses. Hate, 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 hate.